Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about Marie Curie, the woman who changed the science. Marie Sklodowska, a Polish chemist, was born on November 7, 1867 in Warsaw. From childhood, she was remarkable for her prodigious memory, and at the age of 16, remember, at the age of only 16, she won a gold medal on completion of her secondary education at the Racine Lycée. Because of her father, a teacher of mathematics and physics, he lost his savings through bad investment. She had to take work as a teacher and at the same time took part clandestinely in the nationalized Free University, reading in Polish to women workers. At the age of 18, she took a post as governess where she suffered an unhappy love affair. From her earnings, she was able to finance her sister Bronislawa's medical studies in Paris, with the understanding that Bronislawa would in turn later help her to get an education. Due to her conservative and reserved demeanor, there is not much fanfare about her life. Despite the many great challenges she overcame and the incredible achievements she attained, Curie came from a poor background, the daughter of two teachers who earned extra income by taking in students as boarders. She was just 10 years old when she lost her mother due to tuberculosis, but that did not stop her from pursuing her dream of becoming a scientist. Up to the age of 24, Curie worked as a governess to save money to fund her sister's education and to purchase herself a train ticket to Paris to study at the prestigious Sorbonne in the University of Paris. While she worked as a governess, Curie prepared for a university education by studying maths and physics in her free time.
After her excellent school examination result, she had to stop her studies as girls were not admitted to university in Poland. She decided to give private lessons to help support her family, particularly her sister Bronislawa, who was a medical student in Paris. So this is inspired by German physics Wilhelm Röntgen's discovery of X-ray in 1895 and Henry Becquerel's research into rays produced by uranium salt in 1896. Mary began her research into the properties in uranium. She examined whether those properties were found in other forms of metals, and in 1898, Marie and Pierre Curie discovered two new radioactive chemical elements found in very small amounts in uranium ores, polonium, and radium. In June 1903, Marie Curie defended her doctoral thesis on the new radioactive substances. A few months later, Perry and Marie Curie came under the spotlight when they were awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics with Henry Becquerel. Their scientific work contributes to a new conception of the atom and matter. They therefore believe that the substance which they have isolated from pitch blende contains an unknown metal. If the existence of this new metal is confirmed, so they processed to call it as polonium, from the name of the country of one of them. Despite the notoriety gained the Nobel Prize, the couple kept working in hideous conditions, especially as the chemical separation of radium was long and delicate. In 1904, Marie Curie was appointed to the newly created chair of physics at the Sorbonne Faculty of Sciences and set up a small laboratory in a university annex in Paris. On April 19, 1903, Marie Curie was killed in a road accident near the Academy of Sciences in Paris. He was just 46 years old when he left this world. He left Mary alone with her two daughters to continue to pursue their researches.
While raising her two daughters, Marie Curie continued her research work while also taking over her husband's cause at the Sorbonne in physics after his untimely death. Marie Curie was the first woman to be appointed professor in a French university. This was a traumatic time for Marie Curie, but her determination and scientific vigor led to international recognition. In 1911, she was awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry. Marie Curie successfully created a large laboratory devoted to research into radiation and studies of its biological effects. The Radium Institute in Paris was inaugurated in 1914. During the 1914 war, Marie Curie helped organize the Army's radiology department. Following the outbreak of the First World War in 1914, Marie developed a mobile X-ray unit that could be transported near to the front line and allow her to analyze soldiers' injuries. With her 17-year-old daughter, Irene, Marie worked at one of the casualty clearing stations, where they X-rayed men to detect bullets and shrapnel in their wounds and monitor fractures. In 1914, the International Red Cross made Marie the head of the radiological service, where she helped to train doctors and medical assistants in the latest techniques. After the war ended in 1918, Marie returned to her work as the head of the laboratory. In 1919, published her personal account of the war in her book Radiology War. Marie Curie's legacy continues to this day. Numerous research and institutions have been named after her, including the Pierre and Marie Curie University in Paris. The Marie Curie Charity was established in 1948 and continues to provide care for people with terminal illness. A lesson for all of us to learn from her life is to never give up on our dreams. Curie was clear about her dream of making a difference through science, and she never let a single obstacle distract her from her goal. As a leaders, we likewise need to be clear about our vision for ourselves and our organization and not let little matters deter us from achieving it. Thank you.